Racial Segregation by Ahmed al The Civil Rights Act. There were many civil rights acts happening in the 1900s, such as racial segregation, gender discrimination, slavery, class system, indigenous rights, and women's suffrage. All these civil rights acts were happening in the United States. All these were big issues or problems. They were all affecting the society. A major one was racial segregation. Racial segregation is the separation of humans into racial groups. This was happening in 1964. It was between the African Americans and the blacks, or the blacks and the whites. The whites and the blacks were making stereotypes about each other that affected society. The whites had rights and the blacks didn't. The blacks weren't allowed to vote, and the whites were allowed to vote. The blacks couldn't get U.S. citizenship, and the whites could get U.S. citizenship, which made the blacks really mad. Um, an event that happened once was that a black lady was refused to go to the back of the bus where the black people usually go, and the whites would go to the front of the bus. That black lady went to jail for that, which was a major event and made the blacks really angry. An example of the a negative black stereotype was that um, the African Americans or the blacks um, are violent and most likely to commit crime. Now, anyone who hears this around the world would would not want to get near a black person or talk to him or make friendship. Now, um, a, a positive white stereotype would be that the whites are intelligent and nonviolent and unlikely to commit crime. Now, anyone who hears about this would want to be friends with white people and they won't mind being near them. This all caused the African Americans to revolt. African Americans only wanted equality and rights. The whites, however, did not want the blacks to get equality. The blacks were able to change the status quo by revolting against the government. The government added freedom rights for every U.S. citizen after the revocation, which is now the First Amendment, and voting for every citizen, which is now the 24th Amendment, and the U.S. citizenship to anyone who is born in the United States, which is now the 14th Amendment. The African Americans are now happy because there are equality in the world. That means that the blacks are peaceful because they really want peace. Racial segregation is still happening today. There are some racist people throughout the world. However, um, uh, when someone is racist, the society usually goes and stops him. Racism is stopping, but stereotypes are spreading. Say no to racism. Thank you very much.